so much for your support over these last few years, and thank you all for being here with us today. Fellow graduates of San Francisco State University, congratulations on achieving one of life's great milestones today. I am humbled and honored to address you on this momentous occasion. Before I get to the heart of my commencement message, I would like to draw your attention to some of the brighter and darker events that, like me, you may have missed over the past few years while we have been so immersed in our graduate studies. For example, I now understand that almost 4 years ago, the United States of America elected its first African-American president. Apparently, his name is Barack Obama, and he claims to have been born in Hawaii. Unbelievable. Who knew? While we were working so hard to get our MBAs, people who had already earned this prestigious qualification and were working as investment bankers on Wall Street seemed to have hit the very wall for which this famous street is named. I further understand that this has caused, quote, a global meltdown of the world's financial system. Just think, this entire soaring mess would have never happened if Goldman Sachs had been recruiting on our campus. On a more upbeat note, while we were reading all of those real books, it appears that the power of something called social media has exploded to the point of overthrowing oppressive governments in the Middle East and North Africa. At least for the time being, it seems the Great Wall of China, or as it is now more appropriately known, the Great Firewall of China, has kept that country safe. Clearly, this is no time to be dictatorial, is it, Dean? Closer to home, San Francisco State University College of Business was ranked the 16th MBA in the world, and our Net Impact chapter achieved the coveted silver status. Yes! And for those of you too busy studying, the Giants won the World Series. So although many of these events at times seemed impossible, they actually happened, due in no small part to the triumph of the human spirit, imagination, and perseverance. Graduate students, with those attributes in mind, what does earning your MBA mean to you, and how will you pay it forward? Think about a glass prism into which light enters through one facet and is transformed through the process of refraction and disperses into an array of color as it exits the other side. Our MBA experience at this very special university is like that prism, and the light passing through it and being transformed by it represents us. Whether motivated to earn a higher degree, to expand career options, or to simply make Grandma proud, we all came here with a common goal: to better ourselves and to make a difference. Just like the light passing through that prism, we too discovered enlightenment in the form of a changed mindset that causes a new technicolor to beam out in many new directions. Because I believe that we are that light, I'm here today to ask you to focus your brain power, energy, and talent in new and vibrant ways. First, let me share my own PRISM experience. Before entering the MBA program, I had worked in corporate America, but to be honest, I never truly loved what I did. Instead of wanting to help a company just turn a profit, my passion was more about making a meaningful contribution to the greater good. I've always held a deep connection to the natural world and consequently practiced a it was not until I took Peter Mellis's environmental leadership class that I had my own moment of enlightening refraction. I realized that I could align my interpersonal values with the values of my career. That moment of clarity and conviction had the effect of forever altering my path. The question I ask myself now is, how will I take that light inside of me, my education, experiences, and passion, and use it to create a higher consciousness and quality of life? Why? Because I believe that we are at an inflection point in the evolution of mankind, where our ancestors once fought battles with sticks and stones, war is now waged via Twitter. Where former titans of industry, like Lehman Brothers and Enron, once held the power, the 99% now hold a far more powerful and just voice. In a world that has been transforming itself since the dawn of creation, the need for fundamental change could not be more evident than it is right now. Traditional norms and business models have failed to meet current needs, and the reality is that tomorrow's problems are exponentially more complex. Government and business incentives appear to be encouraging entirely the wrong behaviors and outcomes. Even knowing that we are stealing from future generations, we have not addressed the inconvenient truth in issues in food distribution, pollution, consumerism, human health, and social justice. We only have to look back to understand that America's best days were never built on questionable ethics, short-term thinking, and selfish behavior. I do not imagine for one moment that the pursuit of immediate personal gain was on the mind of any American who stormed the beaches of Normandy on D-Day in June of 1944. They held a higher purpose, and many of them made the ultimate sacrifice so that those of us who came after them could live a much better life. Looking ahead, the pressure that we place on Mother Earth's finite resources cries out for a new wave of courage, ingenuity, resourcefulness, solidarity, and yes, sacrifice. We must find a pathway to a more sustainable life on Earth. This means that we, the people, will need to lead through our ideas, our actions, and pay it forward so that tomorrow's light and luminosity continues to shine brightly. So my challenges to the various disciplines represented in today's graduating class are these. Finance students, how will you use your light to drive capital markets to properly value the externality cost of pollution, sickness, and human misery? Decision science students, will your light optimize models so that unacceptable levels of wasted food that presently end up in landfills, 50% here in the US alone, is redirected to millions of starving people worldwide? Marketing students, will your light reinvent consumerism from a system of buy more for less to a culture of buy less for more? More importantly, can someone please help me solve the problem of mail that piles on my kitchen table every day? As we celebrate our MBA achievements over the next couple of weeks, I invite you to reflect on your own moment of reflection. What have you discovered through your journey through the prism? Certainly, we are smarter, stronger, and better equipped to understand the challenges and to actually play the role that we choose for ourselves in tackling global problems. Take pride in the value, confidence, and knowledge that we are now so privileged to possess. I sincerely believe that our future possibilities are endless as long as we have the imagination and energy to let our newfound light lead the way. All good things can happen. My hope is that together we use our inner light to innovate, imagine, and inspire for a better world. My challenge to you is this. As the successful business leader that I know you will be, how and how brightly will you choose to shine your light? I would like to close with a quotation from one of the most radiant and influential business leaders of our time, the great late Steve Jobs. He said, "Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Everything else is secondary." Thank you. And now, I have one more thing to say. I have a special gift that I would like to give my fellow graduate students. In the spirit of the prism and its wondrous reflecting paths, I would like to give each of you a small crystal similar to the one around my neck. Each one has been repurposed from an old crystal chandelier, converted into a keychain, and wrapped in recycled newspaper. This handmade creation was actually made possible by my dear brothers and my loving family who wanted to add to the specialness of today. They sent it to me as a surprise. So I will distribute them after the ceremony to anyone interested, and I ask that you take one as a reminder of your prism experience and how you might choose to shine forth your light. Thank you again.